Welcome back to the GLAC Studios oil painting tutorial. This is Gomati Sivasankaran. We are in class 15 of the Radha Krishna painting. Layer 3 almost coming to a close. Let's just do a quick recap and get into the work. So what we have been doing is to do layer 1, 2 and 3. Layer 1 was the basic wash to a canvas. We understood what a canvas is. And also while we shifted to layer 2, we did something called referencing, understanding, how to work with references, also multiple references to do the grids and also apply the grids on a larger canvas, do the superstructure, then get ready for the layer 2. We did the layer 2 and that was blocking, isn't it? Just blocking with the same color, monotone in some places. So completely flat picture, no three dimension at all. So very flat picture, sort of focusing more on proportions. And once we were done with that, we moved on to layer 3, which is almost like the blocking or feeling that we did in layer 2, but the difference is that we have a couple of tonalities or color ranges that we are working with when we are working with each and every section. So that helped us to create that depth, isn't it? So that's what we have been doing. And in layer 3 we also did one more. We added in the last class. So the last class essentially was about adding one more character. The character of the swing, was missing, so we were working on that last class. And we are almost close to completing the layer 3. So patience, we are reaching there, we're getting there, nearly there. So congratulations on achieving this far, coming this far. If you have been ahead of me, that is very good. If you are feeling, oh, even this is too much, I want to take a break, do take a break, take a pause, and do it slowly and steadily. Enjoy the process of learning and doing this. Yeah. There's so many elements. It feels like, there's so much to do. There's always, even though I am taking the video and recording it and painting, I always miss certain things. And I'm going back. You see that I am doing it. I'm missing certain things because there are so many components here. The structure that we are trying to build is to make sure that we at least get 80 to 90% of what we need in the first go. And then if we are missing something, we try to add on to it and keep working at it. Yeah. So that's what we have been doing. Before we get started, let's look at any corrections that we want to make. This is also a time that you want to check what you have done with the swing, especially in the last class. Also, I had mentioned that in case the swing's angle is wrong or something you want to correct, it's also a good time for you to correct. For me, I've been reflecting on the swing. It looks good. For me, the angles look correct. But there is a slight challenge that I did feel, that the swings rope feel kind of thin as compared to the two characters seated. If you really want a strong swing, you want it to show that it is slightly thicker. That's one correction that I wanted to make. And also with the halo, I missed some places, few places. I want to make those corrections today before I get on to the final part of filling in the rest of the portion of the canvas. Yes. So let's get on with the corrections first. So I am convinced with this, with the angle, it looks good, but I would prefer that the um, size of the rope is slightly thicker. So I'm going to go back to the zero brush and I will take burnt umber. There is no big change in terms of materials or paints. Yeah, anything from the last class. Whatever we had is the same. So I'm just going directly into the corrections now. So burnt umber, I'm going to thicken that rope slightly. While I thicken, I want to check one thing. The hand. You need to really understand the thickness of the rope for the hands placing also. Let's say that, okay, I'm going to show you the example. I have a zero brush, and the way I would hold, can you see that my fingers are completely crushed onto it? It's so tight like this. So it's so thin. That's why I'm holding it like this versus a thicker, bulkier thing like this. How will I hold? The angle, let's see. When I hold like this, you can see that there is some, even though I'm holding it tight, there is some, reflection. There is a place, and then I have my thumb angled. I might not have it angled, but still, you will see that there is a thicker thing that is coming out of my hand, isn't it? So I want to make sure that it doesn't really become so thick that it is just going beyond the hand size. That's also a balance that we need to maintain. Yeah. So just keep that in mind. And I'm going to adjust that here. When I adjust, I'm going to adjust it on the top without seeing the top. We will come to the top once we go in the side angle and do the painting of the sides. But right now, it's okay. Just focus on what is here, and I'm going to make it thicker, thicker, thicker here. Mhm. Taking some more of the burnt umber, thickening it up here. So it's one notch thicker to what I um, had before. Mm. Is this thickness convincing? I want to see just a macro level, if you can just see. It is convincing to me as compared to what I have on this side. Yeah, it's a slightly thicker rope. Can we do the same thing here on this side? So let's move the camera around. Okay, thickening this. It's okay if the colors blend, merge, or so. If it is dry already, again, what should we check here? What should we check here? The hands. Okay. How is this holding, and is it fitting inside the finger? This is fine. Remember, there are two hands here, and then angles are different. So just be aware of it. Yeah. Okay. Moving the camera down so you could see how I am adjusting things here, very close to her hand, Radha's hand. Mm-hmm. Thickening it here, further down. And when we do the next layer, we will also thicken a little bit of the creeper, and everything about it will go one size bigger than what we have. So overall, it should look even more, what do you call, it should be substantial, and it should in a way compensate and look strong for the, for the two people that are in the swing. Yeah. So I have managed to do that. I think this correction is fair enough. It can be improved, but I think, the improvement also has to come with the next layer in this manner, um, when we work on the creeper again. So for now, I am okay with this correction. I'm going to move on to the next correction. Before that, I want to wipe off clean the burnt umber. And now I'm going to go into that creamy white that we made. The, what do you call, the very light bluey white that we made for the halo, because I have to share with you where all I have missed. This circle's angle comes here, which means I have missed quite a bit here. So whatever I've missed, we missed here close to Krishna's arm, I am adjusting here. And the other side is that's an obvious area that I should have been careful about. So if the halo is coming all the way here, making the circle, then this section is totally light. Yeah, I should rather make this completely light. Hmm, to sort of offset that curve. Just keep looking at the way, and the hand movement will help you understand the logic. If you are confused about where should the circle really go, is there any portion of the circle that should be visible? Mhm. That is amazing. I think I am fairly done with the corrections that I wanted to make before I get started with today's task. Um, the blue that I created is still there, and I am still using the flat brush number number 4, and I'm going to take that blue color and go ahead and start working on these sections. And I have a tip here. If, for example, you are like confused, where should I end my blue? It's all blue background, and I'm feeling a little bit off with where should I start and end, and so on. I have a tip to work with, so I can show you that as well. I'm just painting on directly. That is also fine if you are okay. I know where the green is. I won't touch that. That is also fine, but keep going in that circular direction. Keep that angle going. Mm, yeah. But for one that feel okay, I need a little bit of help here. I'm not able to see through because blue is blue, everything is blue, and it is confusing. Then I would suggest that you go back to your zero brush, and you take a bit of titanium white or even the lighter blue that we made as the border lines, guiding lines that you're going to draw. So can I do it now? So I'm going to draw these lines very close to their hands. Can you see? It's ever so lightly coming up. These are border lines that I'm drawing, so I know that this is where I have to make a stop. And I will blend these lines with the blue wherever needed. Yeah, later. So right now I'm just doing with the white. And also don't worry, there are spaces too close to the green and the flower. How do I reach there and so on? We are going to remember, we are going to make all these things one size bigger, so it will fit in, and it will not look like you haven't done the full, what do you call, uh, the background properly. Try your best to come as close as possible, justify that, and use the white to mark the layer. For now, I think it is not showing much. But maybe I can take a little more thicker one to show you around the green that I am making this line. Can you see that highlight? So it's helping me understand that's where I need to make a stop with that blue. So I'm just going around doing that. Yeah. So on this side, I'm sure this is where things are to come. So I will mark it accordingly and work on it. I make sure I'm not touching the green, and on top I'm not going at all because right now I do not know. I have to topple this over, maybe, look at that sideways to be able to do the top. So right now I'm not focusing on the top or the sides of the frame. Yeah, I've only done this side. It helps me understand where I should stop with the colors. So moving back to brush number 4, flat with the blue color, the lighter blue color. So now I know where to stop. So it's easier for me to focus on. Just go around giving justice to that angle. What is that angle? So it should be parallel to this line that we drew, the circle that we drew. So I keep my hand movement in that same angle so that even though I'm far off from that halo, I am maintaining that circular angle. I mixed a bit of green. It doesn't show though, but just be careful with that. In case you're really uncomfortable and say, no, 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 I don't want to do the background now. I want to wait until everything dries. That's also a good idea. I totally respect that. Respect your judgment. And I would say take your break. Let it be dry fully for you to comfortably go ahead and do the background. And this time around, it's layer 3. We really want the grids to start disappearing. Keep keep a watch on that. So I'm going to do this side now. Hmm? This side now. So moving closer to this side. Okay. And first, to be on the safer side, I'm going to go back and take the zero brush. Can we mark? Yes, marking the overall sidelines with white to have a clear understanding of where I should make a stop with the other brush, the number 4 flat brush. Yes. Coming close to Krishna's hand, and then the leaf is there that I made. Okay, we have Radha's hand coming up. Yes, good. Going to move it slightly down. Yes, and now we can see this line very clearly, isn't it? Coming close to the yellow ochre, the gold space that we made um, for the clothing's gold, yeah. Going to make a stop here and then work on this area. This is a smaller area though, But one thing is that this area also has the side, and the side luckily doesn't have much of work, at least in my case. So I'm going to work on the side as well. I think I made a little bit of a small flower space, but nothing else. It's almost, plain here for my side. So I'm going to just go boldly and fill it in. When I fill, I'm just taking that white as well along. Yeah. The white from the line that we drew, the contour lines that we drew. Did I miss something? The angle, yeah, it should be the circular. It should be really, in parallel to the hollow circle. Okay. One last bit of place here. Yes, I'm just making sure the side is also done. Okay, I'm ready to move to the other side of the swing, Krishna's side. Let's do the same homework. It looked like, okay, there's only one color to go in the entire canvas. That's going to be easy. And you're wondering, this isn't so easy. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. When we come close to where we are completing a phase or a what do you call a layer, it's also the stage where you get slightly impatient. So I would say just take a breath and take lots of breaths, slow down and enjoy the process of completing this layer. In a way, I would say it's 40 to 50% done, depending upon what you have try to cover from these sections. Um, there is still quite a bit to go, but still it begins to speak to you in a way that you see that there's the characters are coming up, the key elements are already put in place. So you know that it's going to be enhancements, of course, in the layers that are coming up, but we have essentially covered the basics and successfully tried to remove the grid lines now, isn't it? So that top portion is done. Can we come very close to his hand and this section? Yeah. Okay. Now I'm making this camera number 1, so you see more of it. Yeah, good. Fantastic. We are now continuing on this section. So coming close to the hand. I'm using the zero brush with titanium white in it to just draw that contour lines to be clear. This one is slightly easier because we don't have much of um, the flowers or leaves and such. So this is slightly easier on this space, and we have luckily the halo already marks. So we'd have less, unless you have tried to have a little more of a flowers going around floating about or so. I think it looks fair enough here. I'm moving close to the area where I see the knees coming up. Just coming close to that one. I'm going to just continue marking that. So it's easier for me to just work on. Okay. Moving further down, here I have too many elements. Again, I think I'll have to move this up. Okay, so you see a little bit of this. Mhm. Isn't it helpful that we didn't have many colors of the flowers? We already have a little bit of challenge with the olive green. I'm just going to repeat that it's okay to wait for everything to get dry. Yeah, it's definitely okay if you feel comfortable that way. So, coming close to the base of the swing, marking that contour line there. We haven't worked on his finger or the toes as well, isn't it? We did not do that in layer 3 deliberately because we just wanted to learn something from basics. But then we did quite a bit with respect to Radha's fingers, and and toes. So I'm going all the way down with the contour marking. So for me, I'm just going to focus on the left side of the canvas and go with one flow, filling it in with the blue. Yeah. So I'm moving down, marking the contour. That's where I make a stop. And I am, yeah, so I've come close to the toes of Krishna's foot. And I think that's where I make a stop with a small zero brush and I go back to the blue that we mixed. So this is where we keep an eye on the angle. So the halo, though we cannot see the halo here, we are working on the halo's direction like this, going up and down and in the circular motion. Just keep the hand moving in the circular motion while painting on the sides. It does matter that we paint the sides also into the halo. Um, the halo has also something relating to timelessness. Once we paint a halo, we are not timing the painting as such. um, let's say that you can say a painting could be a day painting, a night painting, and a evening sunset painting and so on. So we can actually determine the timeline using the painting. But once we draw a halo, the circle, we are actually freezing the moment in space. That's exactly what we are trying to do here. So just keep on going in the circle. So look at what I'm doing here. I am pulling out the contour lines that I drew with white color and blending it in along with the blue here. But remember, this is something that you don't need to do. I am doing the white contours to show you where I am, and I am pulling that out. Yeah. So you don't need to do this if you're very sure of where those edges are and where you need to stop. You don't want to try it again and again with another color. Then just go ahead, do this in blue completely. Yeah. That's what I would say. So I am coming close to the bottom where the foot of Krishna is. Can you see how I'm pulling the way you see the direction of the brush? So I am pulling it from the contour, and pushing it towards that. But while I maintain the direction of my flow, yeah, moving the um canvas again because yes, we need to work on the sides as well, and the sides also need to flow along with that direction that we did. So I'm just, can you see how I'm doing it? There's a bit of light coming through from my window. That's why you see a little too bright in some of the areas. It's natural sunlight. It will go in a few minutes. That's Denmark. But yeah, otherwise, can you see how my brush angle is? So I am pulling the color pad, moving in that direction to yeah, give it a balance and make sure the sides are also talking the same direction. Yeah. Now I move the um, camera a bit so that we can see the middle section of the canvas. And this is also where I'm doing the same thing, going very close to those flowers that I have placed. There again, I did the contour lines, isn't it? So I'm just pulling up the colors, moving them across the canvas onto the side. Yes, very slowly, ever so slowly. I'm having to be a bit slow because here we have also the green color. I don't want to pull the green from the leaves that I did away. Yes, moving the camera slightly again. Okay, so I'm continuing on the same path, pulling the white contour line that I did towards the blue and blending in. Let me tell you one thing, because I am doing this way, meaning I am taking a lot of white and pulling it. The color is blending more and more and it is becoming lighter, as you can see. I'll work on it in a short while. I'll show that to you also in a short while. But look at the way my hand is moving. Yes, in that direction. Yeah, same direction. Yes, moving the camera again. Now we are going upwards, very close to Krishna's elbow, moving the canvas ever so slightly because I also want to do the parallel sides. Yes. Um, uh, it's also another thing that we need to remember. Once we are doing layer upon layer, it will not show any difference that you have completed it or not. But we want to be doing justice, and the sooner we are, finishing that section, do the side as well in the same angle that it has to move, so you don't forget missing out the layers that it deserves, even on the sides. All right, moving it back to the front. Okay, I am now going to, okay, I'm adjusting it again slightly, bringing the canvas down. So I can also reach the space where Krishna's elbow is. That's where I am painting on. But just be very careful. These are, very delicate areas because we just drew a lot of new things in the canvas, the swing, the component that came in. So moving the camera, adjusting everything one more time, just about to start again with, okay, there is a, this is where the video went off. You need to edit this, Sona. So I'm stopping the commentary. I'm just waiting for this section to. Because this is where I noticed that something was wrong. Only with the video, I didn't notice the audio though. So this is where I am trying to readjust the video. Yes, start again. Okay, so I'm just going ahead working on the top left top corner close to Krishna's hand where I am again. Can you see the angle of movement? So though I'm pulling off the contour lines that I just did, I am trying to move in that direction. Yeah, up and down and up and down. So it's again talking to the direction in which the halo was built. Okay, now I am adjusting the canvas, bringing the sides closer. Yes, the leftover space we need to work on, isn't it? So I am doing that. I want to be done with it. Otherwise I tend to forget things also. So I would love to finish it off in side by side. Also, we don't want to mix another color only for the sides. It looks really funny, especially if you are working on the sides and you want to do the sides. I would say use the same colors, the same mixture, mix enough, and you are able to do the balance on it. And now I think the side is done. I am pushing the canvas again. All right, adjusting the camera one more time. Okay, so there you go. We only have this quarter pending, yeah, this section pending to work on. So we are going to do that. Uh, Now I should start working on the contour lines. So I'm just trying to see, yeah, need to change the brush. Moving to brush 0 with titanium white only here. Okay, and I'm drawing the contour lines close to Radha sari coming down. Those are yeah, the flowers and yeah, the creepers that we did. I'm not going to go into the details of it because we are going to make everything one size bigger when we work into the details of these, the creeper. So right now I'm just covering the creeper, going around and making a contour line that is manageable for now. So I am going as close as possible and then coming down there. So you see me coming close to that base of the swing, coming down further. And also further down, there is this nice, beautiful cloth flowing, the skirt of Radha flowing. So I'm just managing those contours. Those are, in a way, slightly easier contours to work on, but you can see that. And I just reminding you one more time, I am doing it in white just for you to be able to see what I'm doing. So it doesn't mean that you must do it in white. If you're very comfortable without drawing a contour, fantastic. Yeah, do that. I'm just adjusting one more time. Yes, so if you are able to do it without contour, I will definitely advise you to do it without contour, aligning like this. Or if you still want a contour, maybe you can have the same color, the blue color, so you don't end up lightening the overall color the way I have done. I'm going to have to do a slight adjustment. I will start in a while from now. So in case you are not adding more white color, then you will be faster than me in achieving what we are trying to achieve in this class today. So I'm just coming down further down. Can you see that I'm going down close to the cloth line? Okay, adjusting one more time so you can see better. And there you go. I come down And then I'm very close to the feet of Radha. So also remember that we did the fingers also, we marked slightly a bit for Radha. We haven't done such a thing for Krishna, but that was deliberate so that we learn from two different exercises. So just in again, now you see me coming close to the place where we ended that section. So that's where the contour ends. Now I shift to the other brush, brush number 4 flat with the nice blue color. I am going to go ahead and pull the contour lines first away. So what I drew, I'm pulling them away. Yeah, pulling them away, bringing it down, and then I go up and down in the direction. The movement, can you see? Yes, that's the movement that I'm making. What is this movement? It is in alignment with the shape of the halo, even though we cannot see the halo here, um, because we have two people sitting there. So there you go. Filled in, filled in. Okay. Also working on that nice curve inside, the where the skirt is flowing through. It's a nice curve. So I'm still trying to do justice to the curve, and as well as making sure that the direction is maintained, going up and down in circular motion, keeping that alignment to that halo. Yeah, keep on imagining and keep on swinging the hand like this, for practice. If you do not want to touch the canvas, that is fine, but keep on practicing like this so that you are in that direction of maintaining the halo and doing a good job at it. Yes. So I am now going to take a little more of the color. I think I will need blue. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm adding this blue, and this I'm having to do because I added too much of white. If you haven't done it like this, like me, you don't need it. I'm adding a slight bit of blue to just bring it back to the color that it should be actually. So it's the same sky blue or primary blue that I'm adding. Yes. So I'm having to do it, and I will do it around the places where it has got too much lightened. Yes. So you see that I am taking that primary blue directly and blending it together now in the same direction. Yes. Okay. Going there, going there. All right. This section is fairly done, and the color is also starting to stay sink now. I can see. Yes. Better. All right. Now I have to do the same thing throughout in that opposite on the right side as well. Can you see now the difference? Moving the, yes. So I'm adding that blue to show, yes, you are maybe not able to see too much of difference because there is sunlight coming in again into my window. But you see that I'm adding more of the blue again in that area where we just finished, because it's too light now in my canvas because of the contour line, white line that I added. But in your case, if you are not doing white contour lines for learning, and maybe you are trying to do the paint directly, then you don't have to do this like me. So I'm just taking some more primary blue, mixing it, blending it. Also look at the angle where in which my brush is flowing. It's in alignment with that halo always. Yeah, good. So now we move the canvas one more time. So I am working on this section that I already made the contour for, pulling the contour lines back, the white back. Yes, all right. Why do you have to make those, pulling back? Otherwise, of course, you can leave that contour line the way it is. What will happen is that it'll start showing like an unnatural line. Adjusting the camera one more time. Yes, and taking some more of the blue, going in that direction. Yes, keep on going in that direction. So now this direction, can you see that it's yeah, taking a little bit more of the blue. I think I need it. I have used all of them. Going in the same direction, and this direction, it's important to see the direction. Is it in alignment with the halo circle? Which part of the circle it is coming from? So to be honest, so we are coming back to that circular thing, the whole in the whole canvas. That's why it is, the halo circle is continuing even in the corner. There's two gestures to that, and I am working on the tiny space here, adding more blue, filling in just close to the swing, adjusting again. Base of the swing. There's very tiny, tiny places where I'm just going there, pulling that white that I just did, blending it in, adjusting the color, and also making sure that the contours are gone while we still maintain the halos direction. The last thing that you need is that these brush stroke lines are visible. Uh, it really depends whether you want to show that brushstroke line, yes or no. Some of them want to, some of them need to in some cases. Some of them doesn't need at all. So you just be very sure, do you want to show that contour, sorry, the brush strokes or not. Okay. Smoothing those brush strokes really, especially when you're doing a halo thing, it's really helpful that you're smoothing those brush strokes as much as possible. As and when you are moving to one more layer, you will see that these lines are vanishing. The grid lines that we drew, it's already vanished most of the places, and you just want to make sure that everything is smooth, especially when you are drawing a halo behind the key characters. Then it's just everything is in expanse that is so neutral, time neutral. All right, I'm coming to the corner of the um, canvas, moving it again. Yes, making sure every single bit is completed. Yes, moving the eh, canvas slightly. So I work on that corner. Yes, can you see? Yeah, and do you see the angle that my brush is moving? So it's moving in the direction, again in alignment with the halo circle. So I'm just imagining how that circle is expanding here also. So the shortcut I would say is that go up and down for the yeah. Can you see how I doing? So and then do the sideways. So go up and down with the color. That's easier. If it is easier, just do that, and then make sure that you still are doing the strokes in alignment. Moving the camera slightly up so you can see what I'm doing here as well. So even here, there was nothing else. There's this more of that blue only. I'm just trying to fill in that color with slightly darker uh, tonality. Moving the moving to that side, very close to, yes, moving completely. This is exactly it. Yeah. So this is also a place where it's so light. So I'm adding that blue. And I'm having to do it because it's so light in my case. Going close to that area. So though even though it's complete, it's so light now. So I'm just having to fulfill that by doing that compensating effect, adding a little more of the primary blue or sky blue. You can even try cerulean blue if you have that. It looks really good on such paintings. I have come close to that, the foot of the swing. Yes. And again, it's a rework, but it's fine for me. I would rather want it to have the right color. So I'm just working on that. Now I am, yes, now I'm doing it the same thing. Yeah, just down, slightly down. And yes, ready to move again. Yeah, bringing the canvas slightly down. Yeah, totally. Yes, because this is also a part where we completed, but then the color isn't so blue. It needs to be adjusted. So I'm just looking at doing it, continuing on the sides ever so lightly, and I will come to the center also. Yes. Okay, here. Now it's time that we work on the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to move this, turn this whole canvas around so that we are working only on the sides. Yes. So I'm just pushing this canvas away from me. So I will get a chance to move up. I am going behind the camera, sorry, behind the canvas, placing my fingers underneath the frame and ever so lightly tilting the canvas totally sideways. Yes, and bringing that down. Yes, ever so lightly. It's all there. Very good. And I'm now back here. Good. Okay, adjusting the Safili, bringing it up so you could see better, tilting it sideways so you could get to see the side of it and see this swing that I made without even seeing the angle. Yeah, I couldn't see in the top. So I have done that. And now I'm going to work on this side. So I'm not drawing any contours. I'm just using the blue. But when I go close to the swing rope, I'm just careful. Yeah, filling it out, up and down movements in the beginning, and then slowly, steadily, I will turn it around to the halos movements or the circular movement. So up and down movement, filling it with the blue. Yep, good. And make sure it is talking to the top of the canvas also. So look at the angle in which it's moving. And yes, now it is nearly there. This circle is done. At least it looks like. Yeah. Just readjusting a bit so it doesn't show any of those strokes that I made. Okay. Working just on the bottom. Okay, I think I am nearly there, adjusting the camera slightly so you could see better. So it's the very same thing that I'm doing. Moving the canvas The other side, this bottom side is fairly easy. Yeah, moving it, adjusting it so you could see better. Good. This area should be easy because there is no component sitting here. So I'm just making up and down movement first to fill the color. Yeah, there you go. I have filled in the color. And then I will start making movements that are in alignment with the halos shape. Yeah. So moving it ever so lightly. And yeah, you see that I'm, yeah, with the movement to the front of the canvas and to the side of the canvas. Keep moving that way so you don't miss the angle. Yeah. Keep doing that. You might ask, really, why is it so important that we do the sides and also all three layers or so many layers, whatever? What is it? You are actually giving an option to your customer and or your friend or anybody that's going to own this painting an option to uh, choose not to buy a frame. Let's say that this color that you're doing is so good and it blends so well with the background of the house or the place where they are putting up the painting. So it's a good option to consider that the sides are also painted. So make sure that you do justice to mm, all the sides of it. Yes. So it is looking so good. It is interesting enough without a frame. Now I'm moving back again ever so lightly, moving the canvas steadily. Now I am putting my finger ever so lightly behind, toppling the canvas back to the normal position. Oh, 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 it goes fairly well. Yes, safely placed. And adjusting it again. Yes, right there. I am back to my position. Let's look at it now. I'm repositioning the canvas, sorry, the camera now. Let's just check. Yeah, good. So I still feel there's a little bit more work to be done, adjusting the sides. I'm doing it. I guess I will never stop adjusting. This is a weakness. I'm still looking for spare places where it can be improved ever so lightly. So I'm just doing that on the top. Yeah. And maintaining this halo circle angle. Yeah. Yes. Down here, fairly done. Yes. Okay. I think I'll have to make a stop here. Let's just have a look at this picture up and down. How does it look? Lovely, lovely. Yes. I think even though it's not so complete, it still looks so good at this stage. It's only 40% complete. So I would just say thank you very much for following this. Congratulations. Doing this is an amazing thing that you are trying to do. And I'm just so happy that you have come this far and really do not feel so bad that we did what do you call 15 hours, or maybe you did a little more or unless it doesn't tell you that you are in any way, good or bad. It just tells that, we could be approaching things differently. So in case you need more time, please do take more time. So we are finally done with the layer 3, which is about 40% or a little more over as compared to where we were in the beginning. We still have a long way to go, but I would say just at this point, let this painting sit, wait, and let it dry. So maybe you want to make some notes on what you have done, or what are the changes you would like to have, and so on, and wait for it to dry. Keep the notes done, ready. And yeah, in case you have taken more time, it is perfectly all right. You keep on working at it until you are satisfied with it to a certain extent and let it dry, let it sit through. For me, I would just simply wait for a week at least to go back to this painting. So this gives an objective mindset for you to think about. Yeah. So use that, and I'm so happy that you came along with me to try this far. um, Thank you very much one more time for having that patience to go through all these classes with me and trying everything this far, especially for ones who have never done such paintings before, or maybe belonging to this culture before. I would really say congratulations, because this is not so easy to work even for ones that are familiar with the type of paintings. So again, thank you again. See you see you in the next class very soon. Have a nice day. Bye bye.